Welcome to the Voice of Reason Sports Podcast. Make sure you subscribe to the show, leave a comment, and click that like button. Thanks for joining us for another edition of the Voice of Reason Sports Podcast. It's the marvelous one back at it again with Don Philosophical and my man Dale to give us some insight on the NFC East. So, starting this week, we're going to talk about each division leading up to the season. So this week, we're going to talk about the NFC East. We're going to give our predictions for the season, how we think it's going to end out for this division. And, right now we looked at last season, the Eagles went 14-3, the Cowboys were 12-5, Giants 9-7, and Commanders ended 8-8. The East played the AFC South and the NFC North. So they played some pretty bad divisions last season, which I believe kind of led to the bloated wins that they had this previous season. So we'll see how things turn out. I mean, right now Vegas has the Eagles winning 11.5 games for 2023, Cowboys 10.5, Giants 7.5, Commanders 6.5. So we'll see what the over and under is on that. What each of you pick as an over and under for this. So let's start with Don, man. What you got, man? How you think this is going to shape out?
Man, it looks like a repeat in the last year. I'm not too excited about the NFC least. Right now, I think that the Eagles have separated themselves clearly from everyone. They're playing against
Right.
a shadow of themselves. I think that they're going to use the season to get that battle rhythm back intact when it comes down to losing their offensive coordinator and their defensive coordinator, reestablishing that identity with those new assets, new head coaches, and throwing a few wrinkles back into the program. I think they'll be right where they need to be right now. They estimated a 25% chance of reaching the Super Bowl again, and that's compared to the 13% out of the Cowboys. The Cowboys, let's go ahead and say it. I'm not impressed. I'm like a wrinkled suit that's balled up in the
Mm,
corner with no
mm,
starch. I mean, I'm not
mm.
impressed.
Hey,
Wrinkled suit
man,
balled
we
up in the
Dell
corner
on the
for at
show
least three
today.
weeks. Yeah, I know. And the reason I'm not, you you got too many oars in the fire. I mean, you got the head coach that's gonna be calling offensive plays. So is he really gonna be in tune with managing the game? Because you have to be able, I mean, if you're down in a knife fight the whole game, can you really manage the game in its totality, seeing what the defense is doing, assisting that defensive coordinator as well as calling that right offensive play as opposed to being play for play, pound for pound in the knife fight. So how is he gonna pull himself away from the knife fight to see the bigger picture? Because the defense might be clicking and it might be a defensive game. So I see that being flawed. Only thing that the Dallas got going for them is they got a real cheap schedule. I mean, they got the Giants in the beginning, and right there, I think it's going to be an issue just because Barkley hasn't signed, and I don't think that he's going to sign early. He will sign, but he's going to miss a lot of practice, and that's the battle rhythm that he's going to miss. And also, he's going to be unhappy because if you're playing on a partial salary, that means that you're worrying about getting hurt. So he's not going to be trying to go all out like he normally would because he doesn't have any baseline insurance playing on the franchise tag. So I think that's going to be, but they play the New York Jets. I think the New York Jets by the second game they're not going to have enough reps in to really have that cohesiveness with the offense. So I can see them winning those two games, Arizona. Then after that, New England. So they got a real cheesy, easy schedule. It gets kind of hard near the end. They got Seattle, Philly, Buffalo, Miami near the end, where they can get stomped out. But I think if they build enough momentum early, those games won't affect them because it's the NFC least. And I think with a record of 10
So,
and 10 is like 6, I think they'd be successful.
wow. So, I mean, even with facing the Eagles twice, the
Mhm.
Giants twice, the Commanders twice, Bills, Patriots,
I'm
Dolphins,
I'm not I'm not built on the
and
Patriots.
Jets.
I'm not sold on the Patriots.
You're not sold on the Jets either?
No.
Wow. Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Hey,
Okay.
Woo.
we talking about Aaron Rodgers. I mean, yeah, Aaron is earned.
Woo.
Aaron is
Whoa.
earned. Aaron is
Oh
earned.
boy.
Aaron is,
Aaron is
yeah,
earned.
Aaron is Aaron.
And
Wow.
you
Okay.
got Seattle and
Okay.
not Seattle, but
This
San Diego on that schedule too. You know,
And see, Seattle's still trying to, figure out what they want to do. Do you want to be a defensive team or offensive team? They haven't reestablished themselves and defined what their signature sound going to be. And I think the Giants with, Daniel Jones, I think they signed
Playoff
they,
Danny.
a they signed the wrong asset first. I think they should have signed Barkley because yeah, you can find another quarterback that can't throw the ball. And when I say can't throw the ball, I'm not talking about see you got fluffing numbers, If you're hitting a
Mm-hmm.
whole bunch of layups, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
your accuracy is gonna look good,
Yeah.
because compared to shooting threes like Steph. That's that's
Right.
that's that's where you get my attention when you shooting those threes like Steph because it shows that range. And not only that,
Eh,
you're dinking and dunking, meaning that I'm looking at the yak. Do you give that wide receiver a chance to make that yak, them yards have to catch? And the answer is no. They catch it 5 yards,
well,
they're dead. 10
I tell you
yards, they're
this.
dead. Six
I tell you
yards, they're
this.
dead. The player's dead when they catch the ball. He doesn't,
Look,
and it's because he's not accurate, meaning that he doesn't give them a chance to progress after the catch.
I totally disagree. And yeah, not everybody can shoot threes like Steph Curry. Jamal Murray,
You disagree with
he,
what point? So, because I'm
he
arguing
hang
a
on,
different
hang
point.
on, hang on. Jamal Murray won the championship shooting mid-range shots. And you can win with the mid-range. You take what the defense gives you. You don't have to stress. You can't. Everybody's not Patrick Mahomes, and you don't have to try to be Patrick Mahomes. You take what the defense give you. Play to win. That's my point. You don't have to be Steph Curry. You don't have to be Patrick Mahomes. Be yourself.
He's getting paid
Playoff
like Patrick
Danny.
Mahomes.
So the reason that they're putting 15 in the box is because of that running back, not because they're playing man to man on the side. They don't even have, and the teams don't even care if they have the best corners or the weakest corners. They're saying, try my weakest corner. I dare you to do it. I dare you. And that shows right then and there. He doesn't have the receivers, and if he did have him, he still couldn't get the ball to him. And
Okay.
the Commanders, I'm kind of up in the air about the Commanders because I think I want to flip flop the Giants and the Commanders because I really want to give the Commanders a chance because Sam Howell can throw the deep ball.
Now I'm about to say, well,
Eh,
how we really gonna give him a chance?
I
Really?
can't listen, man.
Really?
Here's why.
He's the worst
I,
quarterback in the division. By
no,
far.
no, hey, listen, you're
Oh
only
God.
as good as the person calling the plays for you.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
You gotta be talented too, though, dog. You gotta be
Yeah.
and
Hey,
he is the least talented quarterback in the division.
I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed with look, that goes to tell you how impressed I am with the Giants if I say that they might flip-flop. Because
Wow.
because here's the thing. If the Giants go in thinking they're going to win their game offensively, they're wrong. You're going to win your game because of your defense. You're going to win your offense is trash. And it's going to be even more trash when you got a running back that ain't happy back there playing on a franchise tag. Because guess what? If he play on the franchise tag this year, there's a great chance he'll be playing next year on the franchise tag. They're not gonna
Okay.
sign him. So
All
so
right.
so as I said before, it's gonna stay status quo, but I think there's probably be a flip flop between the two. I think Dallas got a real favorable schedule starting out the season, but I think it gets tough at the end. I don't see the Eagles, nobody getting in the Eagles' way. They're playing against themselves, so I think they'll use that time to reunite and build the chemistry back up and rally around the new offensive and defensive coach. I yield my time back to you.
Yes, please, because your time is up, gentlemen from Baltimore. What? I should have known you would come with some foolery. I may have to get the clown music ready for you. I mean, as you give your picks, we're just gonna have the clown music playing because this is
Hey,
ridiculous
it
here.
was gonna be on all the time you playing. Hey, right now I got talk facts over feelings.
Let's go. Let's go to Phil so we can get some more foolery. Phil,
Well, what a
what's your
lovely
thoughts
host!
on this?
What a lovely host we have tonight. So I'm gonna
Let's get the
completely
clown music ready.
I'm gonna
Go.
completely agree. I think no one's really touching the Eagles. They had an amazing draft. Coming off a 14-3 season, Super Bowl appearance. They fought hard against the Chiefs. So and their schedule was pretty favorable actually. Um, you know, the first 4 weeks. I mean, come on now. I mean, New England. It's always that first week. Minnesota, you know how I feel about Minnesota, y'all. Tampa Bay is going to be the worst team. Washington, you got the Rams. I think the Rams are going to be better than expected. Jets, I think. I think,
Stop. Stop it.
And then the Jets. I'm very high on the Jets right now, so it's no more need to even speak on the Eagles. Great draft, great free agency. They made good moves. Jalen Hurts is going to take another step up, probably another MVP caliber season. Cowboys, I'm sorry to say this, they will be second in the division. I just don't know what's going to happen with the Cowboys. They let go of Zeke. Their main running back is coming off the injury. We're going to see what's about him. The offensive line, they're still reworking the offensive line. CeeDee Lamb, I mean, this is his year to kind of solidify himself as a number one receiver. They got a beast at Micah Parsons, but I think everything else on defense there's some question marks there. But their schedule is a little bit favorable. It's a little bit soft. They're gonna McCarthy's calling plays, so they're gonna keep Dak Prescott pretty protected, from certain plays. This is my surprise pick. I'm actually gonna pick the Commanders third, and this is the reason why, because Don kind of spoke on this, right, and it kind of led me into this. Sam Howell played one game, so it's not really the book on him right now. Me and Don actually spoke about this a little earlier. They got two great receivers that can throw the ball down the field deep. The question marks is, can they throw in between the sticks 5 yards? They haven't really solidified the tight end position. Do they have a good slot receiver? They really worked on the running game last year. I think Chase Young, that defensive line is nasty. They really try to work that secondary. And let's be real, Bieniemy is a hell of a coordinator, right? So he
coming
knows
out here.
Yeah. So this is my surprise pick. I think the Commanders are going to be number 3 in that division in the NFC East. The problem is they got a tough schedule. So I just feel like they are going to be third in this division. They play the Bengals. They got a really tough schedule. The Giants are going to be fourth, and this is why. Doug kind of alluded to this. Daniel Jones, I'm sorry. You throw 3,200 yards, 15 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. You've got designed plays for you. You got designed run plays. Now you've got problems with your running back. Saquon Barkley wants his money. He's not signing a franchise tag. You know what I mean? He. Let's be real. That defense and that running game carried the New York Giants last year. They got nasty young defenders on that defense that carried them last year, right?
Okay.
Daniel Jones, I'm sorry, he's got to show me something this year, and plus he's got weak receivers, and I know they traded for Darren Waller, so that's an upgrade there. But outside of that, you got to be able to have a decent number 1 receiver, a decent number 2 receiver. They've got a bunch of glorified 2s and 3s on that wide receiving core. Their schedule's a little softer than the Commanders, but I just feel like the blueprint's out on Daniel Jones right now. So that's my prediction.
Wow.
Eagles, Cowboys, Commanders, and Giants in fourth.
Okay. All right. I think both of you are crazy. Okay.
Preach.
It's just insane to me. So look, like I mentioned earlier, I think the fact that they had 3 teams make the playoffs last season, and even with the Commanders have a winning record, was mostly because they played weak divisions last season. They played the AFC South, so they had the Colts, they had the Texans, they had the Titans. I think at one point in the season, the Titans lost 7 straight, right?
Yep.
So
the
NFC East got fat off the AFC South. They got fat off the NFC North. Now, this season, they play the AFC East and they play the NFC West. NFC West, not that tough, but tough enough. So you got to look at that. So I don't see 3 teams making the playoffs this season. I don't see the Eagles winning 14 games again and then the Cowboys having 12 wins. Yeah. I don't see that again. So it's going to be a little hard pressed this season. So I only see 2 teams coming out of this division. And yes, the Eagles are the toast of the town, but the Eagles got a really, really tough schedule this year. They're going to play all first place teams, but one of those first place teams is the Bucks. So that's probably going to be the easiest game that they're going to have.
Bye week.
At least out of the NFC East, the NFC teams that they're going to play. But they got to play the Vikings. They got to play the 49ers. So they got a tough schedule this season. The Cowboys, scheduled just as hard. They got the Seahawks. You know, they got the Lions. The Lions are actually going to be pretty good this season, right? And they got the Panthers in the NFC. But, you know, they also got to play these AFC East teams that's going to be pretty tough. Now, I look at the Giants. The Giants hadn't won a division since 2011, right? They probably got the most stability in the division, right? With all the influx that's happening with the coaching staff, with the Eagles losing their coaches to becoming head coaches, the Cowboys switching out Kellen Moore for now Mike McCarthy, who hasn't called plays, 5-6 years now? Yeah. So that's going to be an adjustment. Facts. And then you're talking about Eric Bieniemy taking over the Commanders with a bunch of players that he doesn't really know. Now, maybe he'll get it together, but early in that season, that's going to be an adjustment for him. So, to me, I'm looking at the Giants like that's a potential. They could win this division. They got the young talent.
Oh, you talking crazy.
There's a chance. They got a really good shot of being something special this season. So, I'm liking the Giants. I got the Eagles making the playoffs. I got the Giants making it. There's a potential that they could win this division based on how things are shaping out.
Hold on.
Over the Eagles?
Over the Eagles? Them again, please. Stack them again.
Potentially over the Eagles, man. The Eagles got a first-place schedule. The Giants got a third-place schedule.
The last 7 games are terrible.
The Cowboys, who owns the Giants.
They do own the Giants, but you guys lost a lot of players. I think losing Elliott was a big loss for y'all. He's been carrying y'all for a couple of seasons now. And then the fact that Pollard is coming off an injury, you got to ask yourself.
He's not running hard. He got to get that check.
He signed franchise tag. Yeah, he's on a franchise.
He's on a franchise tag. Yeah,
he's on a franchise tag.
And they drafted a rookie running back this year.
Like I said, he is not running hard. He's trying to get his money. He's trying to live to see tomorrow.
You got to ask yourself. You got to ask yourself whether or not the Cowboys are really going to be putting. Going to be able to play well. That's a big adjustment for them. So that's why I don't have the Cowboys making the playoffs. I know it sounds like a bold pick, but I'm just looking at the facts here.
Wow.
There's a chance they may not make it.
Wow.
There's a lot of adjustment there.
Can you run your list from the top again? I got lost. I got
lost too. I got lost in the clown
How'd you get
music.
lost? How'd you get lost?
I got lost in the clown music.
And then go back.
I said, hang on. I said there's a chance that the Giants could win this division. I did not say they will win this division. Okay? There's a chance. So I'm gonna do a Phil. I got the Giants and Eagles 1A and 1B. How you like that, Phil? Is that one of your numbers? I got 1A and 1B.
No, he did. Oh boy.
And I got the Cowboys 2 and the Commanders 3. Says I got a 1A and 1B. How you love
folks, that? I wish you guys would listen to our off-air conversations. I just wish you listen to our off-air conversations. My goodness.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, I'm saying that for real. I see the Giants having a really good season this year. They paid their quarterback. He's happy. Soon they will pay.
They overpaid their quarterback.
He's gonna be real happy.
They overpaid their quarterback,
and they got Darren Waller there to help him out at the tight end position. I think this could be the year. Brian Daboll did something special, especially on that defense.
No receivers.
With New York.
Yeah, about to say
no receivers. Yeah, who is he throwing it to? With no receivers?
Darren Waller. Did you not hear me say Darren Waller?
Gotta be number 2 somewhere in there. Who's his number 2? Just name him.
He doesn't need it's Saquon Barkley.
Name one. Name a receiver.
Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley.
Hey, man, he's not. Saquon Barkley not playing for a contract. He paying for. He paying for.
And if he don't get paid, he might. And if he don't get paid, he might hold out.
He probably gonna get paid, man. Just like the whole. Just like Lamar Jackson. Everybody was talking about the whole, franchise tag. He's not gonna sign it or whatever. It gets to a point where we got to come to agreement. Saquon got to pay bills.
What's your list? What's your list?
I'm talking here. Let me reclaim my time here. So look, so Saquon is going to sign. He's either going to sign a new deal or he's going to sign that franchise tag. He is not sitting out. It just doesn't work that way. I've told y'all before. Nobody sits out anymore. Nobody's going to sit out an entire season. Like we was talking about early on. Lamar Jackson's not going to sit out an entire season. He's going to look at the market. He's going to look at what he can get. Nobody was there to challenge the Ravens. So the Ravens won. They got the deal that they wanted with him. Same with Saquon Barkley. There's no team jumping up saying we want Saquon. No, because the Giants are going to be able to match it. So Saquon will be a Giant. They'll work something out. So I got the Eagles and the Giants topping his division, then the Cowboys and Commanders. That's how I see it. Now, that's why we got Dale on the show to give us that insight. Because Dale told us last season, Cowboys own this division. I don't know about that this season. Help me out, Dale. What you see?
Last season, they ain't show much.
Now, y'all doubted me last year, and, I had to bust the records out and, show y'all what y'all really wasn't seeing, you know what I'm saying? But the Dallas still owns this division.
Wow.
Why can y'all not?
How long you gonna keep owning this division, man?
Because they beat every one of these teams. They got like an 80% win rate against over the last, 7-8 years. Every team, Philly, and that's Philly, who everybody on. That's Giants, who everybody on, and it's definitely Washington. We'll beat these teams 8 out of 10, 7 out of 8, 8 out of 9. I mean, how can you not own the division if you're beating everybody? But we talk about the schedules, right? And I went over last year, right, with Philly. Philly had the easiest path to the Super Bowl I've ever seen in my life.
They did.
I've never seen an easier path to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
They had an easy schedule.
They had an easy schedule to begin with, right?
Yes.
Their toughest team was the Vikings. I'm taking the Cowboys out of it because they didn't play the Dallas with Dak the first game. And then Dallas beat them the second game with Dak. But, of course, they didn't have, Jalen. So, tit for tat, right? But their toughest team they played with the Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
And, they beat them, beat them pretty good. But then you go play New York first round, right? Who's the Cinderella team? They shouldn't have been there. Then you play San Francisco with a rookie quarterback who's hurt. Are you kidding me? To go to the Super Bowl?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so look, I'm giving them. I mean, give them kudos for being Super Bowl running-ups. Almost beating, let's call it horseshoes if you want to. Almost beating the Chiefs. They was up in the halftime, couldn't hold on. The Chiefs did what they supposed to, scored on them. So defense wasn't that great. They scored 38 points, came 38 points. But okay, so here we go. Here go where y'all gonna start a little bit. All right.
Oh, you better not say the Cowboys win in this division.
Well, first of all, yes, I am saying the Cowboys.
Oh my God! Oh Lord.
Yes, I am.
Wow!
Mercy,
Really? This what we
Jesus.
doing?
Really? This
Yeah.
what we doing? We being the homies.
This sounds just like last year when I said 12-5.
This definitely feelings over facts.
It sounds exactly. It ain't feelings over facts. It's not feelings over facts. Just like 12-5 wasn't feelings over facts. It was facts.
I give you that one. I give you that one. You did say that. You did say that.
It's the same reaction I got when I said 12-5 last year. But let me just break it down to you.
Yeah, that's true.
Break it down, please.
Number one, what I got going on my side is that I got the most. I had the experienced quarterback. Dallas. Dak Prescott is now a veteran quarterback now. I know it went by quick, but he's a 7-8 year quarterback now. He is the veteran quarterback in that division. The veteran quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Next one in line is Jalen Hurts at 3 years, going into his 4th season. Okay. All right. So
I think the next is
Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones.
My bad. I forgot about Daniel Jones.
5 years.
My bad.
Yeah, 5 years.
Daniel Jones guy. Like this is 6th season, right? This going into
a 6th season. Yeah.
Going into a 6th season. Yeah, I forgot about Daniel Jones. So you got Daniel Jones, but look, Dak is the veteran quarterback in division. Number 2, the NFC East hasn't had a repeat champion in about 12 seasons.
Wow.
Exactly. Yep.
Okay. They never repeat champions. No matter how good the team is. They'll they'll win the Super Bowl. They even won't make the playoffs next year. But they won't win that division. They just don't. It just don't happen.
It don't happen. Yeah.
Right? So if Philly don't win it, who by default? Who was the second place team last year?
Oh,
Dallas. Who was the second place team the year before that? Philly. So the year after they became second place, they went on win first place. Just
It's
like
the Giants' turn. It's
before
the
that.
Giants. They hadn't won since 2011. It's the Giants' turn.
Well, they ain't been in second place. They got to be in second place first. So
It got me second.
Hey, what you got? Incense lit in the room, and you just pulling out Miss Cleo cards? What's going on? Talking sports.
These are,
Psychic hotline.
These are the actual factuals. You know, you got to go. History matters. History does matter. It just does. So, look. So we have the most. We have the. I'm sorry. Let me say this. We like I said, we own the division. And when it comes to the division this year, when it comes to the schedule this year, Philly not gonna have that easy schedule like they did before. Like Marv mentioned, they playing the number one schedule this year, the number one, and that's partially the reason why we don't repeat.
Is that's those first 6 games.
You get that first place schedule, and you play
get a first place schedule.
All the other places, all the other divisions, so it's harder to win. And they play the Chiefs. Dallas does not play the Chiefs. That's going to be the difference. We're going to win it by one game. They're going to win it by one game. And and remember I said it here first, I don't got Jalen Hurts surviving the season, y'all. I'm sorry. Wow. You cannot run around like that. You cannot run around like that.
Man, he is going deep today.
You cannot run around.
I want to hit it. I want to hear these Eagle fans attack me.
Look at it. He already started. He missed 3 games last year because of injury. Right? So we talking about him continue. You don't usually get better when it comes to those type of injuries, especially when you're a running quarterback. You're going to see that, Don.
Why we
just because your quarterback fake being a running quarterback and got caught.
Because Dak tried to run. What happened?
That's what I'm saying. Dak missed 4 games last season.
That's right, because he ran. He got hurt running the ball.
But that's not the first time. He's getting injured a lot too every season.
Let's talk about it, Marv.
Instead of throwing the ball, but he came back. He played the rest of the game season.
But
is that right? He didn't go out.
Dak can't run. Dak can't throw. What are we gonna do?
Well. Since you want to talk about history, when's the last time the Cowboys been to the NFC Championship?
It's been a long time.
It's been a long time. Yeah, okay.
Well, why are we talking about NFC Championship? We ain't saying nobody.
We talking about history.
We talking about the division, man.
We talking about history. You know,
we talking about NFC East. That's what we talking about right now.
But you gotta win a division to get there.
Well, at one point, Philly ain't never had a Super Bowl.
Oh, okay. Well, they've been there. They
finally got one, right? What history say?
Okay.
50 years, no Super Bowl, and then all of a sudden they won one.
And they went last year.
And now they're a dynasty.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
No, I didn't say they were dynasty.
But look, they don't have as easy a schedule. Dallas has a better schedule. Like I said, we own that East. Until somebody can show me where they're beating us more than we're beating them, we own that division. Okay. It's just all about the outside stuff and the injuries. I think Jalen Hurts is not going to last the whole season. You cannot run around like that in the NFL. It's going to catch up to you.
So who comes second in the division?
It's going to be Philly by default because number one, Daniel Jones, right? As Cinderella as that season was last year, they didn't play nobody. They played nobody. When
the whole division didn't play anybody.
Thank you,
the AFC South.
Look,
the whole division played the AFC South.
Thank you, Ma. And not only that, when they were away, they were terrible. They were 4-4. Yeah, they were terrible.
Let me get this correct. You got the Giants coming in second?
No, I got
the Giants finishing third.
Oh, third. Okay.
Yes,
okay.
But that's the whole point.
Same as last year, except for flip from Dallas and Philly. Okay, because Washington did all that trying to wish for Sam Howell and no running backs and
they got running backs.
Coach, new offense coordinator. They don't have a shot. Come on, y'all. They're gonna win 5.
They got a shot. Yeah, Rivers is going to get fired.
Yeah, he's gone.
Well, actually, I'm looking at the Eagles and the Cowboys schedule, kind of comparing it. Yeah. It's kind of they play Kansas City, but you guys play Buffalo.
Well, they play Buffalo too.
They play the whole
But
AFC
look at
East.
the end when you get close near the end.
Yeah, they play at the end. You play after the Commanders. You play Seahawks, Philly, Buffalo,
Facts.
Miami, and
Facts.
Detroit. Those
There
are
are there are 4 losses right
those
there.
are, no, I didn't say 4 losses.
Wait. What did we say? Wait a minute. What?
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna say it again.
But they all play those teams. All those
But-
teams in that division played Buffalo, Miami.
But in
But
terms,
Marv,
they
they're playing them back to back.
back to back to back to back, right?
Regardless.
Seahawks at home, Philly at home, Buffalo away, Miami away, Detroit at home.
4 losses.
Wait a minute. Who you talk? You talk about Dallas, right?
Dallas,
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
talk about Dallas.
Yeah.
okay. So let me get to the Eagles.
What I got the last 4 games for Dallas are the Buffalo Bills, the Miami Dolphins, the Lions, and the Commanders. That is not. I mean, besides the Bills, that is not like a killer schedule.
The Seahawks are always competitive.
Oh man, come on, stop
The
it.
Facts.
The
Seahawks-
Seahawks are they just went to the playoffs last year.
Yeah. So what's called it? San Francisco went to the NFC Championship.
That's
Yeah.
a Thursday. That's a Thursday night game. That's a short week too.
And the last 5 games for the Eagles, right?
Yeah.
Dallas, Seattle, the Giants, Arizona, and the Giants again. Come on, y'all. Come on now. It's about even. This schedules are
Wait a minute,
schedules
but
are
hold on. They
Their
got
schedules are even.
but they play the Chiefs.
They play the
How
they play
many
the
people on our
they
schedule?
play now this is the important thing. They play the
Well,
Chiefs
but-
after a bye week. They play the
Well,
Chiefs
see-
after a bye week.
Thank you.
See,
They
you're
play the
only
Chiefs.
telling half the truth. You're only going to the last 4 games. Let's talk about the whole schedule, man.
Okay, the
Exactly.
Eagles, New England, Minnesota, Tampa Bay, Washington, the Rams, Jets, Miami, Washington, Dallas, bye week, Kansas City, Buffalo, San Francisco, Dallas, Seattle, Giants, Arizona, Giants.
Did you hear that 3-game schedule you just mentioned? San Francisco,
Okay.
Buffalo,
You're going so
Kansas City Chiefs, back
Okay.
to back.
So,
That's
so
what's
let's look at the Cowboys,
after the
Giants, Jets, Cardinals, Patriots, 49ers, Chargers, bye week, Rams, Eagles, Giants, Panthers, Commanders, Seattle, Eagles, Buffalo, Miami, Detroit, Commanders. That's a that.
y'all
that
gonna
ain't
look
really-
good. So Phil,
That
hey,
is
Phil,
not
That
all
ain't really. Come on now.
hey Phil, let me back you up on that.
5 or
You-
6-1.
Hey Dell, you're
What?
gonna look good coming out the gate. You're gonna look good.
That's
And
what
you're
I'm
gonna
saying.
look good. You're gonna
Because-
look like a 4. You're gonna look like a 6-1 team. Hey,
Exactly.
but guess what? Near the end, that's when it's gonna get ugly, baby.
That's what I'm
Y'all
You
saying.
can
So,
find you can find yourself losing 2, winning 1, losing 3, winning 1.
Wait a
and
minute.
you can say
Y'all are
you can
giving-
say the Eagles play Kansas City, but that's after a bye week.
Okay.
Preparation.
They're gonna be
Okay.
prepared and
So-
rested.
Wait a minute.
So-
when is Kansas City bye week?
Let's see.
So why didn't you tell me the Giants schedule?
Okay, let me.
Because
Okay.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, why don't
Okay,
you go
wait
to
a
the
minute, hold
Giants
on.
schedule? We with everybody else schedule. You
Okay.
gonna ignore that?
Oh,
You
yeah,
want to
let-
talk about the last 4, the first 5? I mean, what do you want to tell me about the Giants schedule? Who they play?
Yeah, but in the last 6, we talking about reaching for Seattle, talking about their good team and the Lions, like they're a good team. I mean, our hard team in the last 6 games is going to be the Eagles and the Bills.
Giants. Okay, Giants. Dallas, Arizona, 49ers. That's a loss. Seattle, loss. Miami, Buffalo, loss. Washington, Jets, loss. Raiders, Cowboys. That's probably a loss. Washington. That's probably a loss. The Patriots, loss. Green Bay, the Saints. That's a win, definitely. Philly, Rams, and then Philly again. So the Giants schedule. I mean,
So
It's not
so
good.
you're just going to ignore that they play the Rams, they play the Packers. You know, you're just going to ignore the Raiders. You're going to ignore those games, right? The Cardinals,
the Raiders are going to be bad. The Cardinals are going to be bad.
the
Green Bay-
Panthers are going to be bad. These all bye games.
Panthers aren't
These
going
all
to be
bye.
bad.
This is a bye week.
That's not.
These
That's
are bye
not bye week.
weeks.
That's not bye
You,
week.
you don't think
Panthers
the
are
Panthers
gonna-
are a bye week?
No,
You
they're
don't
going to be
think
better
the
than
Cardinals
that.
are a bye week?
Cardinals are a bye week. Yes.
Okay. You don't think the Raiders are a bye week?
Raiders. Yes, they are. That's 2 games.
Okay. You
That's
think
2
do you
games.
think the Packers are? No, we just went through 4.
I don't think
the
the Pack-
Packers are a bye week.
No, they're not. No,
The Packers not a bye week, and you don't
No.
think the Rams are a bye week.
No.
Okay, I just named 6
No.
bye weeks, even though Phil
No.
disagree with it.
No.
I just
no.
named 6
Packers
bye
aren't a
weeks.
bye week. Packers aren't a bye week. They got good coaching. They got good players around.
Wait a minute.
So
that's not a
so
bye
you
week.
Who's the Packers quarterback?
Jordan Love.
Jordan Love. No, but they got a good defense. They got a good team surrounding him. They got a good team. So they got a good team surrounding him. They're not. That's not a bye week. Bye weeks is Carolina, Cardinals, Raiders, dumpster fires. Packers on a dumpster fire. Come on now.
Oh, and I just checked. Guess what? Guess who on the bye week 2 before they play Philly?
Kansas City.
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
So that argument is out the window.
Okay. but you don't think the Eagles are gonna want some revenge after losing to the Super Bowl to them?
No.
Okay.
You can't beat
They
them.
can't magically win them.
I'm not saying magically win.
They can
I'm just saying
really
they're
want
gonna
to
be
beat
some
them, but that don't
motivation.
mean they will.
It's gonna be some motivation.
It's going to be some motivation, but they're playing them in Kansas City, which is not going to be easy to win off the break.
Kansas City.
Kansas City beat them like the last 3 times they played them.
And unless Patrick Mahomes is not playing,
unless Patrick Mahomes not playing. But for real, to be honest with you, and I'm not just trying to jinx him, I don't think Jalen Hurts is going to be healthy this year. I just don't.
But you believe Dak
Prescott?
Hold on. But you think Dak Prescott going to be healthy with an ailing running back and a rookie running back? Stop it.
And a head coach who ain't called plays in 6 years.
Stop.
He played
and Mike McCarthy calling plays.
Yeah.
Stop.
And a wide receiver who can't catch.
So
Dak played 10 plus straight games last year. Did he not?
See, this is the funny thing about it. You guys are making my point as to why the Giants are going to win this division. You
might have a point.
Now,
The
reason why I'm saying the Cowboys are their schedule is about the same as the Eagles because there are no cupcake wins. No cupcake games on the schedule. None. Other than
the Giants
cupcakes. Dallas don't have no cupcakes.
No, week 3
they got the Cardinals.
They got the Cardinals
Washington twice.
That ain't cupcakes. That ain't cupcakes.
That ain't cupcake. It don't get much more.
Washington.
That's
Washington
a division game.
Yeah, Washington always plays tough.
The team we beat 8 out of the last 10 is that's going to be a good game for us.
Didn't they just beat y'all last year?
But hang on.
With them last
but
year.
you all play Washington. No, we're talking about the teams outside of the division.
Okay,
the cupcakes outside of the division. You ain't got many of them.
Exactly, but the Cowboys, outside of the division, they play the Jets, which is tough. Cardinals, cupcake. Patriots, 49ers, Chargers, Rams, Panthers.
This must be the Eagles.
Panthers is not a cupcake. What a rookie quarterback.
Panther. No. For some reason, he think the Panthers aren't a cupcake.
Cupcake.
This is disrespectful. This is getting borderline disrespectful right now.
and you got the Bills and Miami back to back. Those aren't cupcakes.
Those are 2 losses.
Wait, hold up. This is the end of the season for Miami. Do you seriously think that Tua is going to last the whole season? Now, if anybody,
that's a very good question.
Do you think he's really going to be playing at that time? I guarantee you, I really put money right now.
I agree. That's debatable.
No.
Actually, you got.
But you think your quarterback is going to be staying in? That's the part that it tickles me. Yeah, you think your quarterback is going to be standing strong? Stop it.
Hold on. Dak is not known to be an injury-prone quarterback.
Yes, he is.
He is not known to be no injury-prone. He had
the last 2 seasons. He's missed games.
He's missed games.
He's missed the game. He did miss games over the last 3 seasons. But last year, he only stayed out as long because Cooper Rush came in and won games.
Oh, come on, stop it.
Oh, stop it. Cut it out.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
Get the
and you trying to be a homie.
Including Philly.
And I'm not even blaming Dak Prescott. Y'all lost your main running game. He's not running hard this year because he wants to get paid. You got a wide receiver who can't catch the ball.
Facts.
And your secondary is questionable.
Wait a minute. So running backs run less hard on their contract year? Is that what we trying to change history on? The players run less hard on their contract year. Is that something new that just started?
Every year's a contract year. Stop.
I've never
for
seen
running
that
back. For running back, yes. For running back, they want to get paid. Yes.
Hold up. You
I'm,
don't make
I'm,
money if you don't perform on your contract year. It don't work. You don't not play and then get paid.
But he got hurt last year.
I'm
He
not
got hurt
questioning
last
whether or
year,
not
but he was performing last year too.
I'm not
forget,
questioning.
He led the league in yards per carry.
Yeah.
But that's
Yes.
primarily
No, he
your
was
offense.
good.
What money
Hang
did
on.
it get him?
The entire
But hang on.
That's
Hang
why
on, Dell. He is coming off of a broken leg. So
Yeah.
we don't even know he's gonna be ready for the beginning of the season.
It's going to take him a couple weeks.
That's what's more questionable. I'm questioning his physical ability, whether or not he's physically ready to play.
Now we know in injuries, as we've been watching football, bone breaks are much more easier to come back from than tendons and getting ligaments and all that stuff. Bone breaks.
I agree with that.
Here we go with Dr. Hey,
Okay.
Dr. Dell. Dr. Dell.
And he's back.
I
He's
get
back
it.
after 6 weeks. Any bone break is 6 weeks and you back.
But
Here
that's
comes
primarily
Dr. Dell.
that's primarily your offense, though.
Yeah, but he's a bone
There's some
break,
rehabilitation of that.
It wasn't an ACL, MCL. It was, it wasn't.
No, that is true.
It
wasn't a knee.
But you still got questions at the wide receiver position.
Well, I mean, some question. I mean, we're gonna have CeeDee Lamb. He's gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? We got this new tight end we picked up.
Okay.
I'm not really impressed with Dallas. I will say this: Philly did have a better draft than Dallas. Of course, they picked.
Oh yeah.
They had a better draft than the whole league.
Yeah.
Let's not step over that.
They had
the 10th overall pick.
But they showed they don't win without Jalen, and I don't think he's going to last this year. I just don't. You can't run around like that in the NFL. It don't work. Your man's finding that out right now. The Ravens.
Wow.
Oh, there you go, boy. That's borderline disrespectful.
Man,
Look,
but I get crucified for saying Ravens aren't making the playoffs next year.
I think I disagree with that. I disagree with it because it's the game is flag football. You can't hit the quarterback.
Oh, if he's a runner, you can hit him. If he's a runner, you can hit him.
You ain't gonna catch him. Lamar has not taken a flush. Lamar has not taken a flush hit since he's been in the league.
He still missed 6 games. Are we not paying attention to what's going on?
But I do think in Jalen Hurts' defense, he did throw for 22 touchdowns last year, 3,700 yards passing. So he is
impressed with that. Just
3,700.
That doesn't sound like a lot. I mean, Daniel Jones threw for 3,200. You wasn't impressed.
But
that's what I'm saying. He did it all
the ball. He was still running the ball. He was an MVP candidate last year, was he not?
He did it all with his legs.
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
Oh no. He did with his arm too.
Yeah, he was killing with his arm.
He torched a lot of people. Trust me. Between the fantasy league,
101
he torched a lot of people.
I think he got 300-yard games all season. He wasn't torching nobody really, to be honest. 300-yard games. The stats don't lie. The numbers don't lie. They're right there if you look at them.
Well,
300-yard games.
Okay.
Who he torched?
Well,
did he throw for 4,500
we'll see,
yards?
man. Look.
Did he throw for 4,500 yards somewhere that I didn't know about?
He had 4 300-yard games last year.
4 300-yard games. And how many sub 200-yard games did he have?
Look, when you win 14 games, you don't need to throw for that many yards.
You mix the game up. Thank you, Marvin.
You forgot they won 14 games last year. Yeah,
when you win 14 games, you're leading. You're usually leading. So it doesn't matter how many yards.
Cappuccino.
2 of those 14.
His jersey is clean. He's on the sideline with a baseball cap on.
2 of those 14 wasn't him, though, right?
2 of those 14 wasn't him.
So 12 games. 12 games.
He won 12 games.
Dak ain't win all his games.
And really, they rested him at the end of the season. They rested him at the end of the season.
But I think what y'all forgetting is those 100-yard games that he was running for.
Which I account.
That shows balance.
That's not balance. Look, when your quarterback is running for 100 yards, that is not balance. Your quarterback.
So what is Lamar Jackson then?
That's the point. He's out 6 games every year. Last 2 years, 6 games. Why?
Dak ain't no MVP. So wrap it up.
And according to John, he didn't even take a hit. He didn't even take a big hit.
He hadn't taken a big hit.
Wow.
But he's out 6 games.
Hey man, it's football. You get injured, man.
Well,
Exactly. Your
he got
quarterback
hurt.
can't stand that.
He got hurt from lack of contract. That was his injury.
That was part of it too. But that
was a lot of
who
it.
you don't consider a runner also missed games. And he missed games the past 3 seasons.
Yes,
and he's not a runner. So
right, but
to me,
but the last one when he missed 5 games, how did he get hurt?
I don't know.
Broken ankle.
Running?
Broken ankle.
It was on a run play.
Oh, running. Yeah.
Took off running, and dude got him on the ankle and bent his ankle up, broke his ankle.
Well, look, we will see. We will see.
Run fast.
This is recorded, so we'll come back and look at this thing with some of these crazy picks that y'all made. It's insane. I can see that y'all don't look at the schedule.
Hey, what's your number bad for you? It's facts over feelings, baby. It's facts over feelings.
Look at here, man. Let's just go and wrap this thing up. Next week, we're going to talk about the NFC West. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next week, man. Get out of here with these clown picks.